Now to this breaking news, a small plane making an emergency landing on Huntington Beach.
We have team coverage for you tonight. Let's go up to Desmond Shaw live in SkyCal with the very latest there. Des.
Well, Juan and Susie, the good news here, you can see the plane looks like it landed very well here, and the two people on board, I believe they said that they are okay. We're just south of the Huntington Beach Pier right now. As I widen out, boy, I mean, you have to imagine here, if you had an engine failure coming down on some dry sand, you know, you have that kind of immediately gripping into the sand, and then I think it was pretty dark out here as well, so it must have been a very, very stressful landing, but a job well done by the pilot. I have to mention, we're only a block or so away from where that helicopter crash was just a couple of weeks ago in Huntington Beach. And of course we had that crash in the park just 2 days ago in Long Beach as well. So we've just had a rash of these small aircraft coming down. This is a 1973 Cessna 172, and our assignment desk telling us that it looks like the plane came out of Santa Barbara at about 8 o'clock this evening. So again, I believe we've heard no reports of injuries at this time. Going to take quite some time to get the plane off of the sand here, but obviously a job well done by the pilot getting it down here intact. Live in SkyCal overhead, I'm Desmond Shaw. Juan and Susie, back to you in the studio.
All right, Desmond, thank you.
And we're going to go now to the ground. Hunter Sowers and her crew live there to give us this update. Hunter?
Hey, Mike, while Hunter gets ready there, incredible. This plane looks like it's intact. No problem.
Yeah, I mean, really remarkable. Sand is not an easy thing to necessarily land on all the time because it's got divots and bumps and it's uneven surfaces and all of that. So the fact that he was able to do that lets me know that he probably was able to kind of very gently and gingerly glide it into the sand there and kind of make that landing. I talked to MetroNet Fire, who said that, yeah, the two people that were on board were able to get out. They actually even declined medical treatment. So fire department certainly was there to make sure everything was okay. And you see some of the onlookers here. Really remarkable though, you know, Hunter, who is still getting into place here, she was kind of texting me about 200-300 yards from where that helicopter crash happened. So kind of crazy to have these two aircraft incidents happen so close to each other.
I'm trying to think of the closest municipal airport that they could have maybe landed in Orange County. I know those were in Fullerton, but that's still miles and miles away.
Yeah, the nearest thing would have been John Wayne Airport, but that's not, I mean, they were not close to John Wayne Airport to glide themselves into John Wayne Airport. So the best decision that pilot could have made was to land on the beach. And, you know, we've talked about this before. We talked about it earlier in the week when we had that issue in Long Beach. Pilots are constantly looking out the window. Our pilots in SkyCal,
that's right.
Where can I put this down if the worst happens? So likely the beach was something that he already had in mind, or they already had in mind when they realized they needed to put it down.
Well, this seems to be an experienced pilot, Mike, for them to make that quick decision, land on the beach, which of course is empty at night, but as you said, with the divots and the ups and downs of the sand, that could have been a big issue.
And darkness is difficult, but the nighttime made it so that the beach was empty, which was certainly a good thing here.
Let's try Hunter Sowers now, who's there on the ground with her photographer. Hunter, can you hear us?
Hi there. Yeah, guys, we just got on the scene, so I've been kind of walking around trying to talk to people to get a feel for what it...
Oh, it looks like we lost Hunter's mic there for a second, but she is there on the ground and just arriving on scene. Hunter, go ahead.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, now we can.
Okay, yeah, so we were just talking to some people who got here right in the moments after this plane kind of came to the ground stop on the beach here, but they were telling me that some of the people that actually saw this came down said it was a pretty leisurely, you know, nothing like, you know, too crazy, but I can tell you that there is a lot of commotion, a lot of people walking around, and we are so close to the pedestrian bridge where the Huntington Beach helicopter crashed. I'm sure Mike's been telling you about that, so it is jarring to kind of see just the proximity of those two incidents. But as we've been speaking to people here, they say that this was a very calm landing. Of course, the pilot probably had some experience. They are speculating that this may have been some kind of an engine issue. Of course, we are still working to confirm that, but that's what we've been hearing as we speak to people on the ground. We just walked up moments ago, but a lot of people said that this was actually quite calm, not what you would expect in an emergency landing type situation, but certainly not something as chaotic. The aftermath is probably what's drawing all the crowds is probably more chaotic than the actual incident, guys.
Yeah, Hunter, we see some onlookers there. Who else do you see there on the scene? I think I see men in firefighter uniforms on the left there.
Yeah. We also have lifeguards, so of course we know sometimes those are the closest people to a situation like this. I mean, we are just feet away from the water, so lifeguards are sometimes the first people that are actually able to respond to something like this. Now, we did hear that the people who were on board did not want to get checked out. They refused that medical transport, so that kind of tells you again kind of the situation here, but it appears lifeguards, PD, fire, we've got a number of agencies on the scene right now, Juan.
All right. Hunter Sowers live there on the ground in Huntington Beach. Thank you so much. And we're going to keep an eye on this and bring you the very latest throughout the hour here on CBS LA at 10